Well, hello and welcome back to another Clash Royale video where today, I'm going to be talking about a little change of plan. So, I really had a plan of grinding to level 15, um, not grinding level 15, grind to level 13, trying to get this deck maxed out and stuff. Just to have a good ladder deck to push with, and of course being level 13 is good. But I've come to the conclusion that, you know, I'm kind of having a really hard time with ladder, so I'll show you some replays. And of course, like I've been trying to play ladder. It's like today's like the last day of the season. Everyone's pretty low because all the top players have been playing the Clash Royale League or whatever. Um, and so what I've been trying to do is trying to push, but I keep losing to certain decks. Alright, I realize that my deck has a lot of weaknesses, and it's like basically if I go against my weakness, I lose. But then there are some matchups that are like super easy. Um, like the thing about log bait is that I'm actually pretty decent against log bait. I'm just probably a bit low leveled, but for example, if I place my executioner high up, they will never get rocket value. What I always do is log their princess, and then the goblin bear I use the tornado, and it completely stops that. Against other hog rider decks, generally speaking, I can outcycle them because I have cycle cards, and I have tornado myself, so hog rider is pretty easy. I guess elite barbs is a bit challenging, simply because my deck doesn't really have a good counter elite barbs. And if I place something in the wrong lane, so let's say I place my executioner or knight in one lane, they can punch me with elite barbs in the other lane. Um, you know, uh, giant matchups are usually difficult. Because again, my deck doesn't really have something that can kill giants easy. Of course, Executioner and Tornado basically stops everything that's behind the giant. But I have to be really careful with my Tornado cycle so that I don't get wrecked by the giant. But also there are giant decks that I lose against. So the guy up top, he has a giant deck that I lost against. And of course they had elite barbs, and like I said, elite barbs are hard to counter. I'll just show you like one wrong play, one bad play, and I get punched, especially with the freeze. So I'm gonna be showing my losses this video because I think that's interesting, right? How I lost. So really, this match, I start off with the Hog Rising basic elite barbs. I'm defending with Knight and Skeleton, so I'm wasting a lot of elixir there. It's like an Ice Spirit. Yeah, that Lightning. They fireball it. All right, Hog Rider. All right, now they have elixir advantage, so they giant here, and then I tornadoed. And then they freezed everything because I missed my tornado and it didn't hit the king tower. That basically lost me the game. I don't know how much damage that exactly did, but that did enough damage that it lost me the game. Just a misplayed tornado. And then as you see these games, a lot of these games I actually misplayed my tornado. And as you see here, I think I definitely would have won if that giant didn't touch my tower. Because they didn't have a lot of HP left. And so obviously that game I felt like a loss because I missed my tornado. Royal Giants, super hard to get rid of, especially Royal Giant and Furnace deck, because my deck kind of struggles against Furnace. Of course I have the Lightning, but the Lightning is actually level 11, so I don't have trouble against like Wizards, Musketeers and stuff, but I do have trouble against buildings, so not Tesla, but like Barbarian Hut, Furnace, and Elixir Collector. Because all those are pretty level dependent, they all match my Lightning. But anyway, this game, the main reason why I lost is I have a hard time against Royal Giant. Because, I don't have a building, and my cards don't do massive damage. Like, I have Tornado, right? But, like, Tornado on a Giant is way better than Tornado on a Royal Giant. Because on a Royal Giant is range, and so Tornado doesn't really do much. Let's say a Musketeer and a Knight, right? A tornado on a Knight's huge, but a tornado on a Musketeer isn't that huge because Musketeer is ranged. It's kind of the same situation here. The Royal Giant just wrecks me with its range. And as you saw here, I took a bunch of damage to my tower just because the Royal Giant has range. And they just spelled me out and they're good. It's kind of sad. Um, yeah, I have a hard time against Roy Giant. So, you know, Roy Giant, Elite Barbs. The two cards that I see a lot in ladder because they're easy to max out and they're pretty overpowered because they're easy to max out. That's why they're overpowered. I have a hard time against those cards, which, you know, those cards are very commonly encountered in my arena. So I don't know exactly why I should be playing this hog deck, right? This hog deck is good against like golem decks, a good log bait decks. It's really good against like control decks in my opinion, minor control decks, because of that tornado executioner combo. So lethal. It's good against lava hound decks too. But it's not really good against like giant decks because, you know, I can't melt the giant fast enough. Not good against Royal Giant because Royal Giant's ranged. Myself. But this deck, this game, the reason why I lost it was because I just started off bad. So I have Executioner and Hog Rider in hand. I should have played the Hog Rider. I don't know why I played the Executioner. So as you see here, I played Executioner in the back. And then what do? Oh, they realize that I don't have a good target or a good counter to a minion horde. And so they just drop that minion horde Hog Rider. And what, I made a Tornado, trying to cycle back to my Ice Spirit. So Knight, that, and then Ice Spirit, I finally got it. Alright. I still sustained massive damage, and then they just Valkyrie me out of lane. And so I lost a lot of health just because I played my Executioner, and I kind of got like super punished for that. I should have played my Hog Rider. So again, that was a misplay. I fully admit that. And then they just barb Hog Rider other lane. Like, this guy's crazy. I think because this guy had a keen awareness of bad tornado too. This guy had a really good awareness of what cards I had in my hand. They knew, oh, I play Executioner back. I can punish with Barbarians and Minion Horde because they don't have it. And as you see her, I just absolutely wrecked that side because of my Executioner. I was able to splash everything. But it doesn't matter because I just got punished like 2 times, and I also missed my tornado. So that's why I lost that game. I think I could have beaten that guy if I hadn't used my Executioner so weirdly. It's because I didn't know that guy's deck, so I was really surprised that they just slapped down a Minion Horde and Hog Rider, and also Minion Horde and also Hog Rider Barbarian. Next replay, of course, is another giant deck, and like I said, I think, you know, there was a giant deck that I won against. This deck with a giant Furnace support deck. Again, Furnace is hard for lightning to go through. Because my Executioner got so much value with that tornado, it would kill the Witch, the Baby Dragon, and the Inferno Dragon. So I can snowball a push. This game, similarly, you know, of course they had the Executioner, they had minions, they had Inferno Dragon and the Giant, right? But I'm actually surprised I lost this game. This game looked like a game I should have won. So let's see what I did wrong. I probably misplayed a tornado or something. Seems pretty common. Alright, lightning here. You know what? I can take that damage. Yeah, I'm actually like this whole game I've been behind in Elixir here. It looks like, but here, tornado, lightning. You know, that's a full stop, right? That's a huge stop for me. And they froze that, kind of a wasted log there. And now and then they put a giant at the bridge, which is interesting, but I was able to get rid of it. That seems normal. Double Executioner. Oh, the freeze, huh? Oh yeah, the freeze got me. Because I have already used my tornado, the freeze killed me, yeah. So just 2 freezes. I don't know if the second freeze really mattered, but that game I think I'm okay losing because the freeze, you know, freeze my tower. Of course they're gonna rework freeze. So now that freeze only does 5 seconds. It always does 5 seconds, but also does damage. Don't know how much that's gonna help it though. And then I played against a mirror match. And of course, again, like I said, when I play against mirror matches, when I get against other hog matchups, unless they're using elite barbs or, you know, I misplay or they're doing something really well, I usually have the upper hand. But at this game, as you see, like I kind of felt like this is where my my skill shown. It shined through here. As you see here, you know, I knew they had rocket, and so I was trying to put my execution up high. I have a faster cycle by 1 elixir, so I was able to get a bit more aggressive. Yeah, and I even took damage there, like on purpose, but that's how I took damage. Alright, coming in, getting a lot of damage there because they didn't have tornado. And of course, keeping up the pressure. Then they finally tornadoed. I have executioner. They started rocketing, cycling me, and so of course I went hard. I even threw in extra lightning. Um, and that was game. Basically, this player didn't. Their spell of Rocket was a lot worse than Rocket, and so they would beat them. And here's the thing, right? This person has a Max Hog Rider, and a level 12 Executioner, which is what I'm trying to go for. They were also level 12, and looking at their profile, with a deck very similar to mine, they haven't been able to reach 4,200. The most they've gotten is over 100 trophies in Challenger 1, I think it is. And so it worries me. This person might not be as good as a player as I am. Might even be a better player, I don't know. But like seeing them not being able to reach that amount of trophies with basically the same deck I'm using, it worries me. I don't know if I can be able to reach that trophy. And of course, this is it seems like a pretty meta log bait, and I was able to beat them. Again, Barbarian Barrel or Goblin Barrel is not good against me. And then this person using Mortar Hog Rider. Now, this person was also using Mortar, I guess. Oh, it wasn't a bait deck. It was kind of a Mortar bait deck. This also was a Mortar bait deck. But this game I lost. And I think the reason why I lost was my Tornadoes. I missed my Tornadoes. I need to honestly learn how to play my Tornadoes better. Oh, yeah, and this Mortar just got so much damage. And I just wasted so much elixir trying to defend that. And, yeah, missed Tornado. So that Mortar lock on the beginning, because of the Executioner in the back, I got punished. Again, Executioner in the back, even though it's 5 elixir, I still get punished for it, which is crazy. And also my Mr. Tornado, of course. Can't forget the Mr. Tornado. And like throughout this game, my opponent just got, after you take down a tower, Mortar becomes a really good defense against Hog Rider, because it targets the back troops, while your tower and your main troops attack the Hog Rider, and so it's a really good complement. And of course, Hog Rider deck, I was able to defeat that. I was able to defeat this guy, 3 Musketeer Pump deck Battle Ram. This deck is actually pretty meta, but the reason why I beat them was because I think I got a lot of lightning value against the 3 Muskies and Pump. So I placed Pump in the middle, and then I placed 3 Muskies in the back, and I was able to lightning the Pump, which had like a few pumps left and 2 Muskies in it. So that was a super value. And also, Tornado and Executioner. Just Executioner in general is super good against this deck, simply because they don't have a good counter to it. Like, they don't have a heavy spell. The Musketeers can outrange it, but if I put a Knight on it, on the Musketeer, everything's fine. Oh my god, I lost so many times. I don't want to show all these lost replays. So, because I don't want the video to be too long. Well, anyways, this deck I lost because Balloon Mega Knight. Usually I have a good matchup against Balloon, honestly, because, the Executioner Tornado is so strong. But as you see here, I just got absolutely wrecked by the first Balloon play. Hog Rider. Okay. Executioner in the back. Boom, I instantly got punished. And that's just the name of the game here. I just get absolutely punished by the Balloon. And then they just put a Mega Knight Bats. Like, what are you? What incarnation, bro? And, yeah. So, like, the more I've played these games, the more I kind of realize, like, how bad Executioner is. Because even though Executioner is extremely strong, see, and then I got crushed by Bloom. Even though Executioner is extremely strong in stopping huge pushes, it's 5 elixir, and even though 5 elixir is not really that much, I still lose. And this deck, of course, they had, not only did they have elite bars, but they also had giant. And so here again, my elite bar just got a bunch of tower damage. And then they have this giant here. And what am I going to do against giant? Well, I had to defend that Valkyrie, so I put the giant in the other lane. I put the Executioner in the other lane. I was able to start the push really well. And then now here, Elite Barb coming again, and then I just take damage. My deck really doesn't have a good counter to Elite Barb. And again, it's the same thing here, I was able to stop that giant push, But it's just minion horde in the other lane, where my Executioner was in the other lane. The minions just took my tower. The same story happened, man. So I kind of feel like my Execution deck is really bad. And of course, here we go. Not only do they have elite barbarians, but they also have P.E.K.K.A. P.E.K.K.A. wrecks my deck as well. So, after seeing all these replays and battles, really common decks in my ladder range are Hog Rider, which I can beat, Bait, which I can beat. Mortar decks, which are pretty 50-50, but I have if I play well and I don't miss my trainers, I can get that matchup. I feel like Hog Rider or Expo matchups I think I could get. You know, there's a lot of matchups that I can get that are common. That being said, though, decks that have giant, decks that are harder matchups, of course I can beat them with Executioner. um, but decks with like Balloon, again, it's a matchup that I could beat. I just need to not play Executioner in the back. But decks like Royal Giant, Elite Barbs, you know, P.E.K.K.A, those matchups are extremely common. See, this matchup was against Balloon, and I think I was able to play well there and able to get the victory. But anyways, bottom line is, you know, the really common decks in my ladder range are those like the Elite Barbarian decks and the Royal Giant decks, and I really can't handle them. So I don't know how well this deck is going to perform. I don't know if it can get me far. And another thing is that the deck is honestly not that easy to play. Like, I came into it thinking, oh, it's a Hog Rider deck, I can play. It's a Hog Rider Cycle deck with Lightning. I'm really good at all those cards. But the thing is, like, I play Executioner in the back and I get punished. And so obviously I might not know how to play Executioner well. And the Tornado, man, I've missed... Like, even though Tornado's super good, like, I've missed a lot of Tornadoes. It's good against Bait, right? It's supposed to be good against Giant, Hog Rider. It's supposed to be good against everything. But if you miss a Tornado, not only do you lose 3 Elixir, but you also just take a lot of damage in the face. Because Tornado, what it's supposed to do is prevent a lot of damage to the face. So yeah, I don't know. It's hard. But basically what my plans are, if to try again to push Lava Hound. Lava Hound was a deck that got me to Challenger 3, so I should play it, right? So yeah, even though I had a plan to get to level 13 and to upgrade all these cards, Hog Rider max, I think I'm going to commit to the Hog Rider being max, but I'm not going to dump all my gold. I'm not going to dump all my gold upgrading cards just so I can get level 13. I calculated the amount of gold that I have to use is like half a million. About half a million. So basically, the gold that I have now will go into upgrading a Hog Rider. It will also go into upgrading a few cards, but I still need like half a million gold just because you know, upgrades. The XP, I don't have enough of these good, like 200 gold or 20 gold equals 1 XP. I don't have enough of those exchanges because all my cards are away from that range, and so I'm gonna have to use 20,000 for 600. And basically, it's just math. And basically, what the math says is that I'm gonna have to use a lot of gold. I have to use a lot of gold, and I think I'd rather use that gold to upgrading cards. And so I'm gonna be upgrading Hog Rider decks, Lava Hound decks. And of course, the cards that I really want to focus on are the cards that are used in all Lava Hound decks. Lava Hound, Mega Minion. Those cards are used in all Lava Hound decks, of course. Mega Minion just being a super strong card. But next will probably be spells, lightning, arrows, fireball, zap. And of course, after that, maybe I'm gonna start upgrading support cards, which are really common. So Balloon is a common support card. Of course, after I upgrade my lightning. But we also have a Tombstone, Minion, guards, other popular support cards. Inferno Dragon, Miner, Electro Dragon, which just came out, Baby Dragon. Goblin Gang is a common support card because of all the baitiness that it comes with. And also spells, of course. I need to start upgrading my spells to max. Even though they're in high demand by everybody, I think it's useful. So basically, these are the cards that I want to upgrade. And of course, I'll upgrade Hog deck cards. So like your Hog Riders, your, you know, Ice Golem and stuff, if maybe. But this is what I'm going to really try and aim for. I'm going to really try to max out or really going to try to get all these cards to level 12. And then hopefully I can push ladder with that. But anyways, enough waiting. Let's open this Legendary King chest. I think this is the second one to open. It's a draft chest, but it's not really as good. Goblins, because goblins are good. Snowball. Snowball's getting a buff, though it does equal damage to Zap. Zap literally is the best common, right? Skeletons, sure, because I have less of them, I think. What a terrible option. But Wizard, because I can trade Wizards with rare tokens, and I have a lot less of them. Oh my goodness. Level 12 guards do not look that out of sight, guys. It does not look that out of sight. And of course, like I said, the legendaries that I really want to upgrade are Lava Hound Miner. But I also want to get my legendaries that I have level 9 and level 10. I want to get them all decently leveled up. But because both my log and miner are level 3, and miner is in higher demand, so if I want to trade token it away, there we go. All in all, not that bad because zaps are super solid. And then guards and miner. So yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I kind of didn't want to make it this long, and all I showed were losses, but change of plans. Will I still grind challenges? I think so, but that's when I have time. I keep seeing Hog Riders on my daily fortunes. Really tempting to buy them, but yeah, not worth it. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, Hog deck. Sad to say, but I've played enough games that I know that it's going to be really hard to win. Some matchups are really easy, some matchups are really hard. And the thing about Hog Rider is that it's a really kind of skill-based deck, and so it takes a lot of thinking, and you get really exhausted by playing. Lava Hound decks, they're fun, they don't take a lot of thinking, and but you still have to play well if you want to beat those hard matchups. Thank you so much for watching anyways, though. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, whatever. I say thank you way too much. Oh yeah, season ends. Maybe I'll open that season chest. Probably not. Maybe I'll open on video. Probably not. But yeah, anyways.